Hello everybody, I'm glad you're here today. Today is June 6, 2024. I have another urgent video to bring you. I am not eager to bring you this information. It's very serious. I would say it's deadly serious. So you need to tune in and listen and absorb and then respond accordingly, all right? In this video, I'm going to bring you another email I got from a viewer, the same viewer that gave me the last information. He has more information that he's stumbled onto. I'm bringing it to you. I'm reading from the Bible, from Philippians 1, and if we have time, we're going to read from the Latvian, what to do in case of war. All right, that's what's going to happen in this video. I would ask you to please do not in the comment section, please be kind. I'm not fear-mongering. I have no motive to fearmonger. I don't care what this channel does. I don't care if it grows. I don't care if it dies. I don't care. I'm not monetized. I have no motive, zero, to make anyone afraid. I'm literally a housewife in the middle of nowhere. So whatever that is, when people comment that way, I'm just going to delete it. So you might not want to waste your time. So I'm just kind of giving you that up front. Now then, this email, I have taken out locations and names, all right? This meeting that is referred to happened this week. There is a reference to the information I shared in my last video that you need to just go look at if you need to. Okay, here we go. Hi, Gina. So I have a couple of bits more interesting intel concerning upcoming war. As part of my duties, I'm on a committee in our Regional Government Council for Emergency Response Planning. This is for a 15-county area. In our meeting today, I brought up the things I shared with you from our visit to Lackland Air Force Base and the Texas Division of Emergency Management Conference in Fort Worth last week. When I told them what I had learned, the room grew quiet. One gentleman in the room, the emergency management coordinator from a nearby town, said that he really appreciated me bringing this up. He said that recently military representatives, that's wind, y'all, we're expecting storms. He said that recently military representatives had visited their city and expressed interest in permission to use a huge 4,000 square foot building there. I believe it's an old civic center or community center for an emergency medical facility and to be able to preposition medical supplies and equipment there. They also advised that the interstate, which runs right through this city, would be used as a runway for the C-130 transports to bring in casualties rapidly. The emergency manager from a county southeast of us said the military had been to their community as well to survey their small airport to see what aircraft could be flown in and out of it. So now we are seeing more pieces of what the military is expecting. To land planes on the interstate to bring in casualties to a community center converted hospital is not going to be in any way, shape, or form normal. These will be utterly desperate times. It sounds like war will be inside our country. The emergency committee is made up of leaders from law enforcement, fire, EMS, and emergency managers from counties and cities in this person's area. They are not at all alarmist, but it was sobering to hear some of them speak about fears of attacks from many thousands of Chinese, Russian, Iranian, etc. nationals that have come into our country unimpeded. I want to share this information. He says he doesn't care if I share it or not. Anything is good, but people need to be prepared personally and in their families and neighborhoods and communities. It will be very bad when those days arrive. If you feel led to share, do it, whatever. God bless you, Gina. The times are urgent. Keep trusting Jesus. So that you need to do with that as you want to. I think that speaks volumes, and so there you go. You do with that what you need to do with it. Prepare accordingly. In my opinion, this is just my opinion, first and foremost, people are going to be desperate because their world will have been turned upside down. They will be desperate, and we as believers in Jesus Christ know that we have the hope they're going to be desperate for, the hope of salvation through Jesus Christ. So regardless of whatever happens, whatever we see going on that's not on our radar, I mean, like this wasn't even on my radar, this like blew my mind again. I know that my Redeemer lives. I know he lives. And because he lives, I will share his story and his salvation and his grace to everyone I come in contact with, including any and all warlike scenarios that I may find myself in. So that was sobering. And this person is, we need to pray for them too. All right? For safety. Please pray for me for safety. There may be a day, gang. I mean, I was talking to my parents just a while ago. They live next door to me. I was talking to them. And my dad was like, there may be a time you need to not say nothing no more. In other words, go dark. Y'all, that day may come. And if it does, it does. I mean, y'all, this is just a side gig for me. I mean, I just do it. I don't know why I do this. I do it because I feel led by the Lord, and I can't tell him no. But I guess so. I humbly bring that to you. Let's just end that right there. Quit talking about me. All right, now Philippians chapter 1. What was interesting? So last night when I got this, I was incredibly disturbed by it, and I sat there and said, God, what do I do? Give me comfort. Give me a place in the Bible to read where I draw comfort. And after a little bit, I just sensed Philippians. So I turned to Philippians, and I thought, where in Philippians? Well, I might as well start with chapter 1. I mean, it's not that long a book. So I started chapter 1, started reading, and then I glanced over here, and I see this highlighted verse. I'll show it to you. See, look, it's the only highlighted thing that I've done on this part of my Bible. And the highlighted verse says, don't be intimidated in any way by your enemies. I'll read that again. Don't be intimidated in any way by your enemies. Now, y'all, I was doggone tired last night. I mean, my eyes hurt so bad I could hardly even read. But as I was just like, going through the Bible, and then I just glanced over and I thought, oh, well, there we go. I think that's what the Lord wanted me to internalize. So I thought, well, what does it say above that? So we're going to start in verse 27. We'll just start in 27. Above all, you must live as citizens of heaven, conducting yourselves in a manner worthy of the good news about Christ. Then whether I come, this is Paul talking, then whether I come and see you again or only hear about you, I will know that you are standing together with one spirit and one purpose, fighting together for the faith, which is the good news. Don't be intimidated in any way by your enemies. This will be a sign to them that they are going to be destroyed, but that you are going to be saved, even by God himself. For you have been given not only the privilege of trusting in Christ, but also the privilege of suffering for him. We are in this struggle together. We, gang, y'all, us, we are in this struggle together called life in this realm that's ruled by Satan, allowed by God. You have seen my struggle in the past, and you know that I am still in the midst of it. So then it goes on to say, have the attitude of Christ. You're never going to go wrong when you have the attitude of Christ, no matter who you're dealing with, or who's in your area, or who's barking at you, or who's beating you up. Oh, dadgummit, there's a moth in here. Oh, well. Sorry, y'all, maybe having trouble staying focused today. Okay, so here is, we'll read from here a little bit. Before I start reading here, I want to ask you to tell me what your take is on this. Even though you don't know locations and things like that, pretend like it's your location. What do you think? What's your takeaway from that? What is the military planning for? And especially those of you who actually are in the military or were in the military, please, as much as you can, enlighten us, educate us. Tell us what we can glean from this. Food and medical supplies are my focus right now. Yeah. Okay, so I invite you to do that. In fact, I beg you to do that, please. And any dreams you're getting, any visions you're seeing, any prayer requests you have, please feel free to put it in the comment section below. I have ordered chicks this morning. They're not going to be here till the 19th of June. I was like, wow. Usually it's like a few days, like the next week. But whatever that is, it is what it is. I'm happy to be getting them at this point. Y'all, I think the window of time, I don't even know. No, but I do think we have a little bit of time right now. Do what you need to do. Buy your beans. 4 pounds of beans for $3 or $5 or whatever. I know people are living by themselves and shut-ins and can't get out. I know that. If you can do that, do it. If you can't, it'll be okay. Whatever's going to happen, God will cover you and take care of you. If you don't know Jesus Christ, get your spiritual house in order by turning to Him, believing in Him, leaving your life of sin and crap, and turning to Him and being saved. Because we're all going to die at some point or the other, or we're going to see Jesus come back, whatever comes first. And where are you going to be? Where are you going to go? Are you going to heaven or are you going to hell? You only have those two choices. And this period of time is when you get to decide. It's called free choice. Our Lord is so graceful and so mighty and so loving that He gives us free choice. He ain't going to force you to do it. He's not going to force you to follow Him. He's not going to dominate you, to manipulate you. No, follow Him freely, motivated by love. All right, let's get to this. Action in, by the way, okay, we just talked about evacuation. I will tell you this. I did skip a couple of pages. They were a little redundant. Basically, it was be nice. Be nice, okay? And let the people that are expecting you to know where you're going to be and how you're going to get there, have phone numbers that you can get to without cell service, those kinds of things, a little bit of money. That's what the pages were, okay? I'm going to this because here's and literally it's just like 2 pages. So we're on page 56, action in the temporarily occupied territory. This is going to be action in the temporarily occupied territory. Okay? Here we go. Hang on, buckle up, everybody. Occupation means that the armed forces of another country have seized a country or a part of it. During the occupation, the territory of the country is controlled by the enemy, and its representatives try to establish themselves as the official power. They try to gain the support and the trust of the locals and keep them in the dark. Occupation is usually accompanied by an intense propaganda campaign, incitement to treason and violence against one's own people, large-scale repression of the civilian population, and an increase in crime. Latvia will defend itself in any case, proving it in practice, no matter how invincible the enemy seems. That moth. If the country temporarily loses control over a part of its territory, Latvian citizens in this territory will organize an organized resistance to the invader. It's not suggested, it says they will. Be prepared to cope independently, even in a longer period of time, if vital services are temporarily unavailable or the availability of goods decreases. Okay. These recommendations will help you build relative safety and be prepared for potential threats or provocations. Find out who will give you first aid during the occupation: hospitals, ambulance, rescue services, or someone else. Concentrate with other people in the occupied territories who you can trust to work together more effectively. If possible, help those in need. Take care of the people with special needs, women with children, and elderly who need support. If you need to get around, do it on foot or use a bicycle, and if possible, only during daylight hours. Okay, all of that's good. The list continues. Avoid areas that may have mines, such as in abandoned buildings or bridges. Do not touch abandoned weapons, ammunitions, or other unidentified objects, as they may be masked bombs or otherwise dangerous. Tell children not to touch lost toys and other attractive things. Avoid contact with soldiers from the occupying forces, and do not endanger your life by engaging in provocative behavior, such as openly filming or taking pictures, aiming a weapon-like object, publicly showing resistance. Protecting yourself does not harm other people who are suffering from the occupying forces. Do not trust information in the media that will be broadcast by the occupiers. This propaganda is created with the purpose of spreading false information and intimidation. Instead, make sure that you have access to verified sources of information and find out the real news about the situation in the country. There's some irony there. Do you see it? Okay. If family members are separated while the country is experiencing armed conflicts, humanitarian organizations such as the Red Cross are notified, helping people find information and reunite families. Share this information with those who are in similar situations. Be prepared for the fact that the fight can continue for a long time. Therefore, take care in time to ensure protection for yourself and your loved ones. Okay, you may have to be in your house. They may say, stay inside. But we all have been trained in that already. So we ought to be okay with that. Okay, worth knowing. Okay, it is possible to help end the occupation through nonviolent methods of resistance, through organized and sympathetic resistance to the enemy. In order for your actions to be effective, follow these instructions. Do not cooperate with the occupying forces. Do not give them information, and do not participate in public meetings or events organized by the occupiers. Remember that humanitarian aid from the aggressor is part of hybrid warfare information operations. Thus, they want to present a positive image to the world, which is not true. Do not allow yourself to be used as additional labor when building defense objects, etc., etc. Follow the laws of Latvia, not the laws set by the occupying forces. Act in accordance with generally accepted values and practices. Do not allow violent actions to provoke you. Be aware of violations of human rights and constitutional values, but only do it if it's safe. Secretly film violations and share evidence with Latvian law enforcement agencies and the international community. Help those who have suffered from violence. Do not give interviews to representatives of the occupation authorities. Do not allow yourself to be filmed or photographed. Cooperate with other members of society and promote the continuation of civic initiatives. Okay? All of that is a little bit... Did y'all ever watch Hogan's Heroes? I mean, you know... But this is real. This is not that. And I think this is what we're facing in some way, shape, or form. All right, we're going to stop right there. Mental health in wartime. That sounds great. Good read. I can't wait to do that the next video whenever we get to it. I'm gleaning a whole bunch of information from this. This, once again, is coming from How to Act in Case of War that was put out by the Latvian government to their citizens. Y'all, look how thick it is. I mean, it's like a textbook. A couple of weeks ago. Preparing them for invasion by the Bear Country. Okay? I'm just shooting straight with you. And that's, so, I'm going to quit talking. You do what you need to do with all of that. Please comment in the comment section. If you don't have anything to say, tell me what you did today. I mean, let's have some normal comments. Just like, oh yeah, I folded clothes all day. Oh, well, that's nice. I edged the lawn. Oh, that's nice. That feels normal. So sometimes we have to go there a little bit just to be able to cope with everything that's being thrown at us right now. All right, y'all. That's all I have. Stay safe, America. This is Gina Lima Charlie. I'm out.